I give thanks to Mother, Father, God for bringing us all together as we support each other in the knowing that we are directed and supported through the love and power of God. Okay, and I would like to state our statement of intent. We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where we can worship the God of our own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. And we invite you to join us in this celebration of life to nourish your spirit and enjoy the company of kindred souls. Would anybody have any announcements at this time? Of course, you'd have to unmute yourself. Anything at all? Okay. And I would like to say for any prayer requests, please send an email. You can check our website or Facebook. Just email me. So just so you know. I would like to read the principles now. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We believe in our universal connection in spirit and that there is communication between the spiritual and physical worlds. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, whatsoever ye would that others do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. And we affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes contained in all sacred texts. And so, what I'm trying to think of. Tracey, I was wondering, you would like to do, we talked about you doing the healing meditation and the speaker. Tracey, maybe you could talk a little bit about yourself, get to know you all, get to know you. And I thank you. And I'm going to go mute myself. Thank you, Tracey, for being here. So grateful.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite delighted to be here. Thank you so much, Lisa, for inviting me to speak. Lisa and I met in a very serendipitous way in Ajijic, Mexico. And thank you also, Carol, for the invitation. I am coming to you from Chattanooga, Tennessee, where there is no snow. And nor do we have sub-zero temperatures. It's going to be about 50 degrees here today. I do miss the snow though, because I'm not from the South. My background is as a body worker, a massage therapist, a breathwork facilitator, and a meditation teacher. Prior to COVID, my partner and I were traveling all over the world, mostly on the US East Coast, and then in Bali, Italy, Mexico, Costa Rica, offering like week-long retreats on the topics of breathwork, meditation, mindfulness, ways of living with a more authentic heart. So I really enjoyed how Carol, Lisa, and I came up with the topic today, which is entering the heart through the breath. I do believe that, entering the heart can be a very embodied practice. And that's my background. So that's where I'm going to take you today. What I would like to begin with here is a meditation. So if you will all close your eyes or just gaze down and just be comfortable, remembering that there's no right way to sit in meditation. But the invitation is to go from the busyness of the thought stream, of the mind, of the plans of your day, and drop. Take an elevator down into the heart space, into the body. And you may even want to feel how your breath moves your body as you focus on your breath, as you focus on your heart space, how your body's ever so subtly moving. You can even expand your breath a little bit here. But dropping again from the heart, the thought stream, the thinking mind, down into the heart, down into the breath, into the body, where there's another vast intelligence. This is where I'm taking you today, into the intelligence of the heart and the body. And as I bring your attention here to your heart, I want you to notice if there's a quality that is living in your heart right now, and it can be anything. So we're not judging it, but just notice if there's a quality, like a physical quality may be there, like you might feel a tightness, a constriction, you might feel an openness. Is there an emotional quality of joy, of peacefulness, of grief, of sadness? So just notice maybe one or two things, one or two qualities that are living in your being, living in your being. And now expand your breath around this a little bit. Expand your breath. And ever so gently, you can transition back to opening your eyes, but don't orient to the screen first. Orient to your space, to your home, what's around you. As you stay connected to your heart and your body, orient to this place that you call home. Or maybe some of you are in an office, but this place that is home, this place where you belong. Rooting in to this place you have created for yourself. Mm. And staying with this heart space, not moving up to that cognitive realm, but staying with this heart space, coming back to the screen and seeing all of us. There's a quote that we use frequently in the breath work, in the body work field, that says, when the diaphragm is open, the heart can live without fear. So when the diaphragm is open, the heart can live without fear. So the diaphragm is the muscular structure in the body that is responsible for our inspiration, right? Our inspiration, our breathing in, our taking in of life, as well as our exhalation, that, that which we let go of, which we surrender to. So the diaphragm is that muscle, that physical, tangible muscle that's involved in, I would also call it like pumping our spirit, pumping our life force, giving us vibrancy. And, you know, one fascinating, I think, fact, you know, about the diaphragm is that the diaphragm and the heart share connective tissue. So if you just imagine the diaphragm, it's this mushroom-shaped muscle that moves our breath. And then just above is our heart. And so as we breathe more fully, we're actually softening, we're actually loosening that connective tissue around the heart. So there's a very tangible experience of breathing more fully. You know, and so maybe even right now, you know, as you're sitting and listening to me, maybe you can even connect with that, that as you breathe more fully, there's a softening, there's a relaxation that happens in the heart. When we breathe more fully, like I said, we're pumping the diaphragm, and this is our connection to our life force. This is a connection to create vibrancy in our life. This is our connection to our spirit, to what we want to create, to what we want to bring to the world. But also it's a place of, you know, letting go, surrendering, being with, accepting. There are many that say that we have three brains or intelligences. So we have this cognitive brain, we have the heart brain or intelligence, and then we have the gut brain or intelligence. We're going to focus today in this short little talk on the heart intelligence. So this is why I'm guiding you down from the planning mind, which is so important, right? The planning mind, the designing, right? The designing of our life, the designing of a bridge, the writing of a book. You know, all of that is what we need for our cognitive processing. But there's another intelligence that I'm inviting here, which is the intelligence of the heart. In my own life, like what I have found is that when you live from the intelligence of the heart, there's a depth, a richness, a sweetness. There's connection. There's a feeling of connection, like even amidst the isolation, right? And an authenticity of I'm living the life that I feel like I'm meant to be living, my unique life. And so cultivate, to cultivate this more heartful way of being, I'd like to share with you some principles, or, you know, you can call them attitudes or qualities. And I'd like to share with you just 5 of them today. The first one is bringing in the quality into our hearts and our lives of beginner's mind. You can also call this curiosity. You can also call it play mind. Children know how to be in this beginner's mind really, really well. But as adults, it's something that we forget about. We forget about play mind or beginner's mind. And I want to give you an example from when, from a child's perspective. So there's that toy that many of us used to play with called a jack in the box. And what happens is that the jack in the box is closed. The child hears the music, winds up the jack in the box, and out pops the jack. Surprise, delight, excitement, yay, right? Then the parent closes the lid and the child winds up the box again. And again, the jack pops out and surprise, delight, wow. This is beginner's mind. This is beginner's mind that as we become adults, we can lose. But it's a quality of the heart. It's a quality of inquiry from a place of curiosity. And I'm not talking about like cognitive curiosity. I'm talking about more of an unfolding curiosity of wonder, of I have no idea what's going to happen next, that sort of feeling. You know, as adults, like where we can practice this is watching the snowfall, you know, being in play mind as it snows, or like listening to a loved one speak, you know, without anticipation. You know, how many times are you listening to a loved one or somebody you know really well speaking? You're like, oh, I know what they're going to say next. You know, I know how this is going to go. But what if we listened to our loved ones from this place of beginner's mind where we have no idea? It may be the same thing. They may say the same thing. But that quality, that quality of listening from the heart with beginner's mind, I would suggest may very well transform our relationships. The next one is allowing. Eckhart Tolle, who you may know, meditation teacher, wrote The Power of Now. He says, accept then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend, an ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. Allowing, so especially in 2020, this is one that I have had a lot of challenges around. As I shared with you, my work was traveling. My work was going to retreat centers and doing and being with large groups of people, you know, 20, 30 people at a time, and doing hands-on close contact work. Well, guess what? COVID came last March. And immediately we knew that we had to shut down all of our work. We could no longer be in person. We could no longer, the very next month in April, we were supposed to go to India and Bali. So all of that had to get shut down. Although in the very beginning there was there were the feelings of shock, the feelings of disbelief. No, this isn't going to go on for long, right? We even planned for June, like, let's go in June. Well, that didn't work out. So, and then for me, we have since brought everything, all of our work online. And there was tremendous resistance. There's no way we're going to be able to connect. There's no way we're going to be able to touch people through this Zoom method, but we did. And so the allowing process, like not fighting the reality of that we are home. We can't travel. We can't get on a plane, right? So coming more to that place of allowing and making it your ally, as Eckhart Tolle says, making whatever is happening your friend. And working with it as it is. It takes a lot of effort to resist. And believe me, I have had some resistance this year to what is happening. Right? But when we allow, It doesn't mean that we're passive and that we just like take it. There was still creation involved. There was still pivoting involved, right? So making life your friend. The next one, which really ties in with this allowing, is I call it unfolding. And unfolding is a quality of the heart where we step into the field of awareness and we notice what is happening moment by moment. And that's it. We're not anticipating, but we're in this moment by moment awareness. I practice this a lot. We're in a new home and we have a new bird feeder. And so this time of year, there are a lot of birds who are very hungry. And so it's a process of watching the unfolding of these birds coming to the bird feeder. You know, we saw a little chipmunk this morning and the squirrels, and just standing at my window and watching as nature is unfolding right in front of my eyes. You know, so this to me is, you know, the practice. It's the practice of being in the unfolding so that when things get difficult, I've had the practice already. I've had the practice of being with things as they are unfolding. When something traumatic happens or something difficult happens, or I'm in the middle of a difficult conversation, you know, or I get that difficult email or phone call, that I can more easily, because I've practiced being in the unfolding of moment by moment, living in the heart, that it becomes easier when life is challenging. The fourth one is non-reactivity. So a quality of the heart, non-reactivity. A lot of this heart work is about brain training. By focusing on the breath, we're changing our attention from reactivity, or you might call it fight, flight, or freeze. This reactive response in the brain. And in essence, we're putting the brake pedals. We're putting the brake pedals on our reactivity, and there is science around this. The more that we can stay in the present moment, the more that we can stay in the unfolding awareness of now, the less reactive we're going to be. Just a little side note here that longtime meditators have smaller amygdalas. Amygdalas are the part of the brain that are the fight, flight, or freeze that activate that part of the brain. So their amygdalas are smaller in longtime meditators, which means that there's more of a gap. There's more of a spaciousness between something happening and reactivity, between impulse and a reaction. Right? So there's science around this. They've actually measured this in the brain. So look that up. You know, it's quite fascinating. And the last one here that I want to share with you is kindness and compassion. So bringing in the quality of kindness and compassion. What you can do right now to bring this quality in for yourself is to imagine through the door right now in your home, someone walks in that you haven't seen in a really long time. Someone who, and do this with me, like someone who really makes your heart sing. And I want you to feel in your body what's happening right now. So someone walks in the door that you haven't seen in a while, that you have really, really missed. And feel that. This is a quality that Carl Rogers, American psychologist, calls unconditional positive regard. It's a warmth, it's a feeling of friendliness, it's love, right? And so, what if you could, maybe the invitation is to stay with this feeling right now, and then stay with this feeling for the next hour, and then the rest of the day, the rest of the week, and as long as you can, the rest of your life. So we can invite it in a very embodied way by shifting our heart space, by breathing more fully, by imagining that loved one is walking into the room. And I'm realizing this as I'm finishing here with these 5, that there's another one, which is gratitude. Gratitude is a practice, of the heart. It's remembering what already exists. It's not about what we wish for. It's not about what we hope for. It's not about something in the future. Like, gratitude is about something that already exists. And when we focus our attention, when we focus our energy, on what we are already grateful for, what is already present in our life, we can again touch into that quality of heart, touch into that quality of living from the intelligence of the heart. So there's a quote also by Carl Rogers, and he says that people are just as wonderful as sunsets if you let them be. When I look at a sunset, I don't find myself saying, soften the orange a bit on the right-hand corner. I don't try to control a sunset. I watch with awe as it unfolds. So what if we did this? What if we did this with our lives, with our humanity, that we watched ourselves as we unfold with all of our humanity? What if we watched others in our lives, unfold in front of us? We watch, just like we watch that sunset or that sunrise. We don't judge a sunset. Right? So why judge ourselves? Why judge others? So this quality of kindness, compassion, unconditional positive regard is what we're bringing in here. So I'd like to end my talk here with another meditation. So if you'll close your eyes again, settling into your breath, I want you to see how the breath, in expanding the breath ever so slightly here, that there is connection with the heart. There's a through the inhalation and the exhalation, there can be a softening. So just notice that, breathing in and out fully. Watching you can even pay attention to the detail here of the beginning, the middle, and the end of your breath cycle. So really bring 90% of your attention to your breath and your body, with my voice only being 10% in the background. Notice if in your breathing there's any resistance or struggle. And being with this moment by moment awareness of the breath. And if you want, you can even place your hands on your heart, bringing compassion and kindness to yourself first. It's like when we're on an airplane and we put our own oxygen mask on first, so that we can then extend out to others. And that is something you can even play with. So if you want to just ever so slightly open your eyes so you can see me. So my hands are on my heart, and then I'm opening, extending out to others with my hands, and then I'm coming back to my own heart. Try to match this with your breath cycle. It doesn't matter which way, if it's the inhalation or the exhalation. And then with this last one, just land back in the heart with your hands on your own heart. And just think of one thing that in this moment you are grateful for. Just one thing, one person, one creature that you are grateful for. And I invite you to share that with somebody today. Share that either on this call with somebody today or later today. Make a phone call, send an email, but just share with one other person, what you're grateful for. So I think I may have run a little bit over time. So I think I'll pass the torch back to Carol here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracey, so much for your beautiful words. I just feel so good. Thank you, Tracey. I would like to thank everyone for your support of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. And any donations, just feel free to send to 1414 East 9th Street, 55805. I'm there almost every day checking the mail, and I'm just grateful for everything. So thank you. I would like to read the church affirmation now. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. We know that as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. Tracey, would you like to do the benediction, or else I can? We forgot to ask.
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry.
It's the final prayer. Okay, I'll do it. This is a unity one, which we love, prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us wherever we are, and God is. Thank you so much. Everybody unmute. And I want to say thank you for everyone, to everyone for being here and for the joy that I see from everyone is it's such a beautiful thing. So anyway, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Nice to see you all. I'm glad to
Nice
see
to
you all.
see you.
Good to see you all too. Yes, good to see you.
Thank
Don't
you,
go out,
Tracy.
don't go out
You're
and get
very
frozen.
welcome.
Thank you, Tracy.
I bet you wish
Yes,
you
thank
were
you,
here,
Tracy.
Harley, where it's
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
40
play in the
below.
snow. Yeah, I want to play in the snow.
It's only
Hello,
50.
Jill.
I think I given away all my warm clothes, so
We could use it. We could use the warm clothes.
We can be grateful for that. That can be on our grateful list today.
Yeah, a great
Yes.
fun.
Thank
All
you,
of us
Tracy.
together. Yes.
I'm gonna throw in the chat box our website. We do teach classes, and we're doing them on Zoom, so you can take them from anywhere. And
Thank you.
if you like this breath work, we are bringing. There's a breath work and sound healing retreat coming up in March. So I'm gonna just pop that in the chat box so that you have it.
Chat box.
Awesome.
Invite the board members to stay on.
Carol Condrath, I'm curious to see what you drew today.
Everybody keep warm. Keep warm. Keep warm.
Yes.
Warm.
What is that a picture of, Carol?
Dark, I can't see.
Can
What
you,
is
can you-
Carol?
Can you put a little light on it?
It's sort of soft, like our speaker was today.
Oh,
Oh.
So here's the heart and diaphragm, and here we are, our
Yeah.
little life force here,
Yes.
and it's producing this cute little butterfly that's going to come out soon. I'm breathing
Nice.
from our heart and diaphragm.
beautiful.
But
Good.
it was inspired from a little tarot card.
Oh, okay.
So I started out with that, but with the talk was just so wonderful. It made me think, oh yeah, those two, the diaphragm and the heart, which we started. Anyway, so it was fun, and thank you, Bon.
Oh,
for
it's
beautiful.
Hi,
Yeah.
Mary.
a wonderful time together.
Good. Blessings and blessings and blessings.
Bye.
anybody hear about what
Bye.
Bye.
Chippy. The stage. See
Bye.
how JD is? Anybody hear about that?
But
what?
Oh, no.
About JD?
How is JD?
Oh, JD. I haven't heard.
Haven't heard.
About a week ago, week and a half or so, maybe it's 2 weeks. I did talk to him, and he's just taking it easy. He's doing okay. He's taking care of his animals. He's just pacing himself. I haven't talked to him since. Haven't heard anything since. But I think he's doing whatever he has to do. Does he have problems? He was
Right.
heart issues going on, and so he's
heart
Yeah.
issue.
just heart failure or something. But
He's got congestive heart failure and he's on about 15 different medications. Oh dear. I
Wow.
talked to him a week ago. He's got
Okay.
somebody coming in to help him with his
Yeah.
pigs and his chickens.
Yeah.
Send him some good medicine then from our hearts. We're going to
Yes.
send him heart medicine.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Exactly.
Heart medicine for JD. Yes. Heart medicine, spirit of heart and love and light and creation. Energy of peace and joy and love for everyone.
For you, JD. All of
Yeah.
that.
Carolyn, I'm really glad he shared that with you, that he has somebody coming in, because when I talked to him, at that time, he was still all by himself, doing all
Well,
that.
when I told him I had contacted him to do a reading on my dog before I put him to
Oh,
sleep. And he was trying to suggest that I get a pig for a pet.
oh,
How clean they are and how much fun they are. I don't think so.
Congratulations on the pig.
He didn't get one.
I know.
No, I'm not ready for another. We've got 2 cats now, again. So it's enough
Good for
pets.
the cat.
Then they get a little big and they want to sleep with you.
The cats. Good
So
for the
anyway, talk, give JD a call if you want. He's happy to talk with people. He doesn't leave his house much.
yeah. Good.
So good to have news of him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure that would. All of us together. All of us together. Together.
Is that St. Louis River behind you, Mike?
Mike.
Yeah, that's above the Thompson flowage, not too far below the 35W bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looks great. You look
Oh,
great.
Several places. It's part of my new photo montage.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
I put together a photo montage of some of my images to the music of Steve Keither, actually.
oh,
Wow.
Steve and I contacted Steve a few days ago, actually, to get permission to use his music from the Song of the Earth.
Nice.
And he said I could, so I put one together actually for the National Estuarine Research Reserve, which the St. Louis River Estuary is a part of now.
For St. Louis.
So it's pretty exciting. I can put a link on the website if but it won't officially be published for another week or so.
Wow.
Even though
It'd be
it's
great to
very-
have a link.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to have it too, Michael.
Okay, very good.
Is
I'll
it
do
possible
that.
for Michael to lead us in our in a closing song? Is that doable? We could sing it together?
You ready, Michael?
Well, it is for you. Tell me what the song is going to be. God be with you till we meet again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Big breath right from the heart, right?
All right.
Right.
God be with you till we meet again.
Again.
Neath his wings protecting hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till we meet again. Neath his wings protecting hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again.
We need practice, but we can do it.
I think it works better when we all mute ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sing as loud as you want to and really put it out there. Okay.
Carrie, can you do me a favor? Can you send me the words to that? Because I was kind of trying to get the hang of most of it.
We all need the words. We all forgot them.
I think so.
Oh, God, oh,
I will do that. I have the books here. So
God.
I think music is a big part of our service, and I think it's a good thing anyway.
absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, another idea is if you want us to sing a song, maybe before, you could send us words to the song prior to the meeting. And we could maybe print them off and actually be able to stick with it. Most songs are da-da-da for me somewhere along the line, so I'd love to have the words.
And then I also wanted to say, it was in the chat box. I don't know if anybody pulled it, but in case anybody's interested in connecting with Tracey, it's called cultivatinginnerstillness.com.
Yeah, it's in the chat box.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
See you, Bonnie.
Yeah. Hi, Bonnie.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Bless things. Thank you all. You're priceless, priceless spirits.
Jill.
Thank you
Thank you, all of
all.
you.
Thanks to everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Yes.
care.
Have a wonderful week. Yes.
That's good. That's good. I like that one.
Hi, Jill.
Love and light.
Bye, all.
Bye, y'all.
Buddy.
Love and light for
Yes.
your day.
Yes. Keep warm. Keep warm. Keep warm.
So David, I love the beard and the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hands up.
I thought I was
Kind
looking
of a
at,
Colonel Sanders thing.
or
More
Buffalo
like
Bill
Wild Bill
Cody.
Hickok.
Wow, Bill
Buffalo
Hickok.
Bill Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And who's the guy that? Oh, I can't think of his
always
name.
keep my back to the wall
Ah.
or in front of me.
That's a good idea.
Funny.
Yeah.
Well, you all look so great
You
Yeah.
look good too,
You look
Dave.
good too.
getting to see you
Mhm.
Yeah.
in this miraculous time.
Right.
It really is a miracle.
Mhm.
Everyone. Hey,
Oh,
Jill.
Jill. There you are, Jill. Yeah.
Hey,
Hi,
Jill.
Jill.
Yes.
How are
Hi.
you, sweet pea?
Yes.
You're just muted.
Hear you.